It's hot. Hi. Well, hello. Good. I almost said good morning. Okay, full confession, I'm a total night owl. Doug can attest. Typically, we do our Facebook Lives at 3. Hi, Tom. Nice to see you. So these noons are like, I know that sounds crazy, right? That's the beauty of this job. Yay, Cindy's here. Hooray! Is that you make your own schedule. So I can work till 4 in the morning. And then get it. And I have incense burning. You might, so if it looks like it's on fire, I'm like, smells really good. Okay, there's my world. I hope, hi ho, neighbors. So where are y'all from? Where are you from? Tom, I don't know that I've seen you in here before. I think I have, maybe. I don't know. There's Doug. Share it in the Facebook group. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it. I'm off to a great start. Okay, we are doing, okay, I'm totally cracking myself up. Poor Doug, this is what he gets. Sometimes I get on these things and he'll be like, what? I can't understand you. Because I'll just be like, laughing. Illinois, woohoo! I do sleep. That's my, we talk in our screen reader group. We talk a lot about self-care. That is my biggest, honestly, my biggest challenge. Is sleeping, I know, right? Is making myself go to sleep. I'm a little high strung. Actually, I don't consider myself high strung. I can be, okay, I'm not even gonna go down that path. Let's just move along. So howdy ho, Illinois, that's awesome. So let us know where else you are. So Peggy's somewhere that she's going to move from. So I'm gonna kind of explain really quick, like I always do, only probably I'll stop doing that this week because we are going to be in here every day at noon, except on Wednesday, because at noon is our workshop. So our Take 5 on Wednesday is a Take Bajillion, because we answer all your questions in the workshop. So that's on Wednesdays. Oh, remember to scroll. Woohoo, Doug's already shared. I'm calm. I will be calm, cool, effective, and efficient in exciting but stressful situations. I learned that in high school drill team, and I still use it today. Okay, anyway. So I'm a little bit high strung today because I'm excited because this is our first day of the Take 5s, and I think they're going to be really fun. And so we have different levels of Hollywood Gatekeepers if you're new, and we have hundreds, literally, of new people every day. So it's like, woo, we're just jumping on this boat. It's like a white river rafting. We're hanging on for dear life. And so we have all these new people, and I know some of you watch this on the replay, and with the Take 5s, we'll post, I don't know if we'll post them all, but we'll just see how they go. I'm not holding, whatever. I'm not going to, put that pressure on that we have to have these perfect, life's not perfect. It's better to get things done than to worry about them being perfect. So we'll be doing these Take 5s every day this week. Because we have different levels, we have all these people coming in. So if you're new, definitely get into the Facebook group. We do these trainings on the Facebook page because you can't share it from the Facebook group, and we want you to be able to share, invite your friends, it's a big party, and then let's all join the group. North Carolina, for now. Yeah, he does, it's true. I've told him that he needs to make sure to turn his phone off because I don't want to forget to tell him. He's such a patient partner. And he has a really patient wife, I have to say. She's so wonderful. She's like, she knows. So that's just me being nutty. So we want everyone to join the group because that's where the Facebook Lives will live, is in the group. So if you want to go back and watch any old ones, which I recommend you do if you're new to the Facebook group, if you're on this page, join the group and then scroll through because we have a lot of trainings in there. We've been doing this weekly for like a year, maybe not quite a year. So yeah, get in there so that you can get that free information. Also, you'll see, Brady Bunch style, you'll see the Learn More button. Click on that so you can get emails. And then we do these trainings in here, and then we have the live workshops. The live workshops we only do every great once in a while, and we're pretty new at, we're not new at reading, but we're new at figuring out how to get the information to you. So we don't have those kind of scheduled out. We sort of are following the group. So, and then also, well, I'll explain in a minute. So we have these free workshops, which are coming up this week, starting Wednesday. We have 4, Wednesday, Saturday. So that's an hour-long, really deep dive into what being a reader is and all the ways that you can go. And then we also have a paid version. So enrollment for that will open on Wednesday as well. And so when I refer to our screen readers, those are people that are in the paid course. So yeah, we're really excited about that. So, and I was going to say something else about that. Of course, I forgot. So those are kind of the levels of trainings and ways that you can be involved. So you might hear me reference our screen readers talked about, or in screen readers, or that kind of thing. And that's what I'm referring to. I'm referring because in the paid course, we have another Facebook group that's super fun, and we're in there like being crazy. So that, you know what, Peggy, that does not surprise me that you have the challenge of sleeping too. I'm part cat, right? So yeah, I hear you. That's all. As a child, I was the one under the covers with the flashlight. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I grew up in an entertainment family. My father was my high school drama teacher. Thank you very much. So I was always in shows till late at night. And so I don't know, that's my thing. So anyway, so what we thought we'd do today is, because as you know, well, or if you don't know, you'll find out, right? Because you're going to join the Facebook group. When you join the Facebook group or when you join the email list, we ask you to leave a question if you have any questions. And I love this. This is like, we kind of thought, well, at first, this is so hilarious. When I first started this, we thought, well, hi, Brenda. We thought, well, maybe there's not enough, things to talk about. I don't know if there's enough. So let's ask them some questions. Let's see what let's ask them like to, give us their questions. Wow. It was like, whoa, like all these questions. So it's been great because it helps us focus on what you need to know. Because, when you know something, it's like if someone who's never driven a car says to you, how do you drive a car? It's like, oh, you just drive the car. So it's one of those things where your questions really help. So we love these take fives because we scroll through, and I'm actually going to say, oh, here's Scruffles. My assistant is here. Yay for Scruffles. Sorry, totally, whoa, squirrel, doggy. So we're going to answer those questions every day this week, and we'll say your names. That's what I was going to say. And we will say your names as we do that, so these are for reals. These are questions for reals. And some, we'll often we group them together too, because a lot of people ask kind of the same question in different ways. And then if you haven't seen it, we have a scroll. Yay, you're in the group already. Because Brenda's smart. Yay. I'm really scattered today. I'm so sorry because I'm just too excited for my own brain. I interrupt myself all the time too. Apologize ahead of time. I'm trying to learn how to do that. When I sit in meetings, I sit like this so that I won't interrupt people because I just get a little bit excited. So yeah, so we will call out your names so that you know that we're watching. And yeah, so let's just dive in. Take 5. Here we go. So, oh, I know what I was going to say. Some of these questions are also, we have the video series. So if you go into the Facebook group and you scroll down, I'm not sure if it's on the page. I know it's in the group. So if you go in the group and you scroll down, there's a image that says free training, video training. You can click on that and you can watch. We have 4 videos that kind of answer some basic questions. And I'm one of those, actually 2 are on here today. But we go a little more, we expand a little more in those videos. So hey, Scruffles. So definitely take a look at that if you haven't seen that already. And that will also prepare you if you want to take the workshop. So it kind of gets you started on some of the basic stuff. And then in the workshop, we give you, when you register for the workshops, you get a free worksheet where you can write your questions down and bring them with you, and we'll be there live and can answer your questions. But we ask that you hold your questions to the end, and typically by the end, no one has any questions because we got it worked out. We've been listening. So, yeah, so our first question, this is such a great name, Genevieve Wearies. She asked, what are the hidden, or not the hidden benefits, she asked, what are the benefits of being a reader? And that is absolutely one of the full-on topics in the videos, which is what are the hidden benefits? So take a look at that because I dive pretty deep in there, and there's a lot of benefits to being a reader. Like I said, I'm a night owl, and hi, Michelle, yay. I'm a night owl. My best friend's name is Michelle. So I can read, at 2 in the morning, and it's all good. So that's one of the huge benefits. I don't even think I said that one in the video, but making your own schedule is one of my favorite benefits of this work. And then we have a lot of people. I'm just going to read a few. Marcia, Faith, Harper, Amber, Sarah, and Maya, Joseph Lourenco, Gail Charbonneau, these are awesome names. Ashley, Laura Scott, Crystal Logan. I mean, this is obviously one of the most common questions we get is, is this a career? Like, can you make a living at this? And, what does it pay and all that? And that is a huge question. So we cover that in great detail in the workshop because it's really varied. It really depends on your skill set, depends on who you work with, it depends on what kind of work you want to do. We are really passionate about creating readers that can really, really do an amazing job, that can really be, we have people write snarky comments all the time, which has been great because it fuels us. And they write comments like, oh yeah, readers don't know anything. And oh yeah, they're the ones that create the bad movies. And oh yeah, this is a job that only goes to interns. These are all, and that's how they talk. Oh yeah, it's just my head. But what we want to do is, well, two things. We want to kind of fix the intern myth that, well, it's not really a myth. There are interns that read, but we would really like, there's no place that we've been able to find to train readers. So we'd really like to create a training where there are solid readers. So production companies go, you need a reader? Screenwriters, that's the place to go. So we're pretty new at getting this off the ground. So it's great. You're getting in the early phases and it's growing like, I almost said bananas. Is that insane? It's growing like bananas, man. That's a t-shirt. It's growing like, oh no, never mind, let's move on. So, so yeah, we really want to make this a really strong training ground because I've made a living in different elements of reading for a really long time. So you can make a reading, it basically pays, the general reading gig pays anywhere from $50 to $75 per script. So it really depends. And that we'll get into this on the next question, how fast you read. So there's that. But then also it leads to all kinds of other careers. And we actually do talk about this as well in the video series. And then in the workshop, we break down what those careers are. So it really can be really cool. It can lead to a lot of different things. And so the great thing about it is you sort of create your own, snarky is good. That's another t-shirt. Except you have to say it's snarky. Snark's okay. So you can really figure out what your path is. And so we really want to try to guide people along that road. And sometimes the path leads someone what they thought they were going to be. And then they start really digging in. They realize, oh, I'm better at this, or I don't read that fast. And there's always some way that you can kind of maneuver it. And that's one of the beautiful things about this whole thing is that you can really, it's snarkalicious. It's what you can really generate. It's very individual, which is really fun. And so we really look at it as being an entrepreneur if you're a reader, because you are creating your own business. And I think that's one of the mindsets that trips people up is they're looking for a job. I need a job. And that's really not what it's like. You can get a job, and there are jobs for readers that are full-time, people that do it at one place. But in general, even if you're doing that, people constantly, well, I don't know if it's a benefit or not a benefit, but people constantly ask you to read their scripts when they know you're a reader. So it can really be an entrepreneurial thing, even if you're working a 9 to 5, 10 to 7 job, is that, you'll get opportunities to do other things. So it can just lead to a lot of stuff. That's why it's such a huge question. But yes, that's the answer. I should have said, can you make a living with this? Yes. Moving on. So we are going to move on. So how many hours are required is asked by Carolyn. What a great name, I must say. Carolyn Robinson. How many hours? And that, again, is very individual. So it really depends on how fast you read. So a screenplay is a minute per page. We covered that in the writing section last week when we did a writing session. And so it's a minute per page. And so most scripts are, it's not 60. Most scripts are 90 to 120. They shouldn't be more than that, but sometimes they are. But in general, that's how long does it take you to read that script? It's again really varied, depends on how quickly you work. And so you write a script and then you do coverage, which is kind of like a book report where you write down what the script's about and then you write down what's good and bad about it. And actually sign up for the workshop because we actually give you a coverage of the Titanic in the workshop. So you can kind of take a look at that. And so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So yeah, so you need to be able to write that coverage. And this is another place that trips people up is they write the coverage and it takes them forever because they can't stop rewriting. Because if you're a reader, you're a writer. It's definitely a foot in the door. And it can be even more than that. I think it can be a foot in the door, and you can use that way. Some people read, and that's what they do, and they stay in reading, and they you know, they like that. I did that for many years before I moved on to anything else, because I just liked it. I liked the process of reading all those scripts. So yeah, so it's really individual. So there's not hours that are required. It's all about results, which again is an entrepreneurial mindset. And there's a whole, I'm not going to go off on a little tangent, but there's a whole mindset thing too that we harp on our screen readers pretty hardcore. And that's the mindset of being an entrepreneur, because what you're looking at is results, as opposed to employees that look at time. I give you time for money. So it's more about how much time does it take, and you give me that much money, as opposed to what's the great, incredible job I can do, and that's going to elevate you to bigger and better things. We really feel pretty passionately about that. So it's not really about how long it takes. It's about how well you do your job. And in this field, really, I apologize, I keep clearing my throat. In this job, how well you do it and how nice you are, be nice, has a lot. We're going to do that as a full-on topic. It really will propel you into bigger things. Scroll. So that's that question. And then Kate Fitzsimmons. I love that name. Is that a famous name? Is there somebody famous named Kate Fitzsimmons? That for some reason just like trips off the tongue. I love names anyway. Names are cool to me. And then also Kayla Bush asked, Kate asked what's necessary, and Kayla asked what are the prerequisites. So again, going back to that intern thing, sometimes people train people to read scripts as interns, and we're really trying to like create a different path for producers, because we want to be champions for writers, and so we don't want people to be learning on people's scripts. It's like, because it's sort of one of those behind the scenes things, so there hasn't been a huge prereq, and so there's no prereq here. We are starting from people thinking like, is this a scam? Like, I mean, seriously, that's one of our major questions, into I am a reader. So it's like, we are really taking the people who've never even heard of it into really understanding it. So of course, it's like anything, the more you do it, the more credits you get, the more you'll get paid. Like, it's like any job where the more you do it and the better you get, the more it goes. So yeah, I do. Doug's right. I do. I name everything. So anyway, so yeah, so there's not a specific requirement. It's like if you have an English degree, or you have, you know, also, we can get it up. Also, if you have a special skill, like if you have a degree in criminology, there's a potential that you could work with, you know, being a consultant on crime shows and that kind of stuff. So it's so varied, right? Are you seeing how varied this is? And that's one of the beautiful things about it. It really is, what is your thing and how can we make it fit? It's really not about, this is being a reader and here's the steps to it. It's like, this is, you know, creating movies. And we need everyone in creating movies. You need everyone's opinion. You need all kinds of different opinions depending on what the project is. And I keep saying there's this and this and this, and then there's not. It's like there's not just one way. And so, I have ideas, and I have pretty passionate and strong opinions about certain things. But again, that's me. I mean, just because I have a strong opinion about it doesn't mean it's the only way. There's a bajillion other ways. And every time I say something, someone can prove me wrong in a heartbeat, because it's not like that, which is, I love about it. It's super fluid. So I know that's kind of a strange answer, but I hope it inspires you. Actually, it inspires me, because it makes it go, oh, this is what I make of it. This is what I make of it. It's not, this is what it is. I need an orchestra. Cue music. I have anyway, there's a whole music setup right here, which is kind of funny. I just pointed to like 4 guitars and a keyboard, and so we have a studio that's also for music here. Anyway, you're getting like such a glimpse into how I never sleep when there's music all around me. So those are basically, oh wait. So Kent Farr Jr. asked, what do you expect from people who are new? I love that question. Understanding expectations is such a huge part of anything. And so when you start working for producers or whatever, reading scripts, when you say, what do you expect of me? It's like, that's like music. It's like music, like just, I mean, it just means that you're setting, like, and we even tell our screeners to ask that as they're first getting started. What do you expect of me? What is it that you need from me? Like, we're really trying to be that support system. The only thing that we really expect of our, people that want to be involved in our thing is that you stay open and coachable, that you're just willing to learn. That's really all that we're hoping for, because we really feel, be open, be like, I do. I was going to sing our theme song, but I won't. Is that you stay really open and coachable, because the more that you're a sponge and the more that you're willing to learn, and again, I will data dump, as much as I can, all my experiences that I've had doing this for so long. And the only thing that we really ask is that you can ask questions, but that you don't argue about it. You just go, okay, and if it doesn't work for you, that's fine. It's not like, and I want to hear, like, if you have a different way or whatever. I'm not saying we don't argue with me. This is the way it is. That's not what I mean at all. I just mean, like, open yourself up to this opinion and that opinion and that opinion, whatever. And we constantly, everyone's always posting articles, and we're like, well, this is what we think about that, and here's our take on this. And well, it's not surprising, but most articles that have to do with the reading development process are pretty negative. And so that's the thing that we're saying, okay, well, I'm not going to give an example because I want to call people out for their negative articles, but, we want to stay positive, and we want to just promote the positivity of things. So we talk a lot, people will post articles, and then we'll talk about kind of how to spin that in the way that we think will serve you better. So so that's all we expect from people, is just, play, have fun, be open. Like, it's all kind of in the same boat. But other than that, we work hard, we play hard, we work hard. We do a lot. There's a lot of homework in the course, and we, in these, we give away a lot of free handouts. You'll get a lot of free articles on the mailing list. We do these workshops. We really are trying to give people different paths that they can take, so that you don't have to just, we're not just saying, pay us money and we're going to tell you stuff. We're trying to tell people all kinds of stuff, but in order to get one-on-one with people where we're really giving them a lot of value, that's why we added the paid course. So I hope that makes sense. And then also, when you sign up for the workshops, which are free, you end up, well, you get a worksheet, like I said, right when you register, so that you can take notes. And there's a few questions, little quizzes to kind of get your mind churning about it all. And then in the workshop, we do, I think it's 3 or 4 more handouts, like the Titanic coverage. We give you a script of a movie that everyone, I'm not going to say what it is, you got to show up, because this is a script. We were really surprised. Well, maybe if you don't, you will soon. Chopsticks or the hustle. Okay, those are good. So when you join the Facebook, when you join the Facebook group, we ask you what's your favorite movie, and so we got a script of one of the most popular movies that people are mentioning, and it was kind of a surprising film to me. And we've actually reached out to the filmmaker or the writer of that movie, and we have a podcast that's coming out, and he's agreed to be on the podcast. He's an Oscar winner. So we're really excited about that. So, and then we have guests that come into the course as well. And last couple weeks ago, we had a 2-time Oscar winner that was amazing. So, hey, AJ, you're in New York. Welcome. Stay here. This is your next step. You're here. So watch these, join these trainings. We'll be here every day at noon. We're going to try and keep them, as usual. I yammered on longer than I would like. I'd like to keep them to about 15 minutes, but no more than half an hour, because we don't want to take too much of your lunch. And these are just sort of lunch and learn, get to know us. We'll answer questions. And then, hey, Deborah, nice to see you. Yeah, lots of work, huh, Cindy? She's a screen reader. So, yeah, so we'll be in here every day at noon. We'll be answering questions that come in through the Facebook group or the email list, and we'll just kind of, rip through them and tell you stories and try to let you know kind of what this whole thing is about. So welcome, AJ. This is your first step. We're super happy to have you here. We're happy to have all of you. This is so fun. We're having a great time. So yeah, if you have questions, just, you can post them in the Facebook group. Last week we did a whole half hour because someone posted, how do you write a screenplay? So we did a half hour on top ways to write a screenplay, which you can see the replay in the Facebook group. So there you have it. We will see you tomorrow. Same bat channel. I'm going to jolt him again. At noon. Cool? Cool. And also when you log in, let us know where you're from. We're in California, SoCal, California time. That's why these are all on California time. And we will see you tomorrow. Thanks, you guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Have a good day.